A lot of people seem to think that Jiu Jitsu doesn't work in MMA, and that is just not right. It's actually a very stupid thing to think, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons why right now. The biggest reason currently is because Islam Makhachev just beat Charles Olivera by submission in a pretty dominant fashion, and this has kind of sparked an entire Sambo versus BJJ debate, which one championship has completely ran away with. They keep doing Sambo versus BJJ in their grappling matches, which is also really stupid. I mean, all the Sambo guys are getting destroyed because it's a different sport. But back to MMA, let's ask the question, is it fair to say Sambo is superior to Jiu Jitsu because Islam beat Charles? No, it is not actually. It's fair to say that Islam is a better mixed martial artist than Charles, but it does not mean the discipline is superior in any way. Let's just be honest here, it was Islam's striking that won him that fight. He rocked Charles, which opened up that arm triangle. In the first round, the grappling was actually very even. Charles was getting the better of Islam when they were out in the open, and then Islam was more dominant when he had Charles pressed up against the fence, since he couldn't move his hips or really throw up any submissions at that point at all. But out in the open, from half guard, Charles actually tried transitioning to a deep half guard sweep and then to a leg lock, and Islam bailed. He did not want any part of that. But in the end, when you normally have two high-level grapplers, the kickboxing seems to make the difference, and Islam showed that his striking is criminally underrated, and he has high-level submissions as well, so he was able to rock Charles and catch him in one of his tightest submissions. But to take that and say, oh, Sambo's better than Jiu Jitsu, it's just stupid. That doesn't make any sense. It's not. You're not. Did you even watch the fight? I swear to God, people are acting like Charles got Drew Dobered. That just didn't happen. It just did not happen. But let's forget about Sambo. Khamzat Chimaev has been running through Jiu Jitsu black belts, not just beating them, but submitting them. So that's case closed, right? Jiu Jitsu sucks. But let's be fair here. Khamzat isn't just a wrestler. He was a national champion wrestler. So what would happen if he went against a world champion in Jiu Jitsu? Well, he did. Gilbert Burns was a 4-time IBJJF world champion. And let's take it from Khamzat how he felt about him on the ground.
Your wrestling is definitely high level, but I feel like
I was too respect for his grappling. That's why I didn't work on the ground. When I touch him for first time, take him, he's like, he's not that strong in wrestling. But when I took him down, he tried to took armbar something. I was like, yeah, no, I don't like that shit. I'm gonna go up and knock him out. Yeah, took armbar something. I was like, yeah, no, I don't like that shit. I'm gonna go.
And that's my main point here. Being a black belt in Jiu Jitsu really doesn't mean that much. There are black belt hobbyists, there are black belt MMA fighters, there are black belt competitors, there are professional black belt competitors, and there's a wide gap in skill between those three. Khabib and Islam were Sambo world champions. Beating a black belt like Dustin, it doesn't really mean much. Even Charles, for how high level he is, his jiu-jitsu accolades aren't that great. But let's look at another example. Beneil Dariush, jiu-jitsu no-gi world champion when he fought Gamrot. Those transitions to the leg locks completely nullified Gamrot's wrestling. And that's what jiu-jitsu does at the highest level, and we don't see that a ton in MMA. But when you do, it is a force to be reckoned with.